All right, all right, all right. The Marfan homie back again, back again. As you can see, I am a little close to the mic. So, this week I tried to try something different this time. I'm actually trying to visually record, and audio record. So again, I'm trying to incorporate YouTube into this. So again, you guys can see what I look like, see that I have Marfans or as much as you can see. I think the lighting in here needs a little work. Like I said, this is going to be a growing podcast. You guys are just going to see new things as we go along. We're going to figure it out. I think most importantly about this podcast is just me telling you my experiences, and of course, you sharing with me your experiences about what it is that I shared, or relative to what I shared, and then we could just go from there. And again, have a conversation about it, talk about it, and then most of all, work through it and see how, if we haven't worked through it yet, how we can work through it. So again, the last episode was the introduction. Like I said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I live in Texas. Not gonna say what city. Just know I live in Texas, and there is a big hmm, there's a big Marfan I want to say homing. I forget the word. I forget the word. But there's a big Marfan audience, or people diagnosed with Marfan's in Texas, which was to my surprise when I had one of my surgeries back in 2018. Um, but yeah. So again, Eli, the Marfan homie. I'm just here trying to bring awareness. Uh, Talking to you guys. Again, I'm building this up. I'm gonna trying to see if I can get like my brothers and stuff. Because again, like I said in the last episode, we have been affected. Some of us, and again, I think we've all worked through it separately. We've all worked through what we needed to work through separately. And before I forget, let me go ahead and put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so nobody can call me and interrupt my video or nothing like that. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, that's movie theater mode. I want to do that. But again, I'm still figuring it out. You're going to see stuff like this. Uh, oh man, I can only do it from the phone. Oh no, here it go. Let's do work because nothing can come through on my work. Do not disturb. So yeah. So yeah. So what can I say? What can I say? I hope this thing is recording my voice because it changed a little. Let me, I would hate to pause. Let me see what's happening and then we can, might continue. Let me see what's happening. I'm going to pause the video and we'll pause the recording and whatever else. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, that was something else. But like I said, I'm back. But yeah, have my family on here and we just gonna just talk through it, man. We're gonna talk through it. So I had a conversation with a couple people the other day, and they were just saying like, what's the goal of your podcast? Like, what's the goal? I'm just like, well, for one, I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk about what's been going on with me and how I've been through it and how I lived through it. That's first and foremost the first goal, because again, like, yeah, I'm in therapy, yeah, this, that, and the third, but it's just like I want to talk about this. I use my therapy to talk about something other stuff. I want this to be my release on what I've been going through my whole life. And again, you guys come to me and just tell me what you guys been going through your whole life. So yeah, I've got to remind myself to look at the camera too. I am on camera. So yeah, this is me, the Marfan homie. I am on camera. I think I weigh about 215, 6'3". I was able to pack on a little bit of weight in my journey. I was able to pack on a little bit of weight. Um, so yeah, but let's go ahead with today's episode. Today's episode really revolves around I guess, my first discovering of Marfan syndrome, or like when I noticed I was different from, I guess, the other kids or my other family members and stuff like that. Um, when did I really notice the difference? I think the biggest difference came in my feet. Uh, I haven't worked up the nerve to show my feet publicly. Um, and this is, I'm even surprised that I'm talking about my feet publicly, to be honest. But I I noticed that was, I think that was the first thing, and I was like, hey, they don't look like that. They don't look the same, and I was just like, what's going on here? So that was the first and foremost thing, and then the next thing was my chest. Again, you can go on my Instagram page, Public Enemy one underscore underscore. That's PUBLICENEMY, the number one underscore underscore on Instagram, and you'll be able to see my posts about well, you'll be able to see my chest, but my posts are about the different surgeries that I've had. And so, like I was saying, that was the second thing that I noticed that was different. And I'm just like, even like I'm chilling with my cousins, I'm chilling with my well, with my brothers, some of my brothers that weren't diagnosed or whatnot, or don't have any symptoms. I'm just chilling with them. It's like, yep, something's a little different here. I can't quite point it out, but something is a little different here. So even then, today I wrote down talking points, so I'm just not blabbing. So like I said, young and being around family, so I was like, I'm looking at my cousins. They look, I guess, quote unquote, normal, what you would think normal to be. So I'm looking at them, and it's just like, oh, okay, you guys are normal. Um, and then I'm looking at me. I'm just like, man, this isn't normal. Um, and then, like, of course, like at school, I was skinnier than the rest of the kids. And then, kids, once they learn a new word and what it means, they'll call you that for the rest of their life. So, of course, oh, you have an eating disorder, you're anorexic and stuff like that. I'm just like, no, I'm not. And I think, like, as a child, I was in like fourth or fifth grade, and I was like, I got Marfan syndrome. There's nothing wrong with me. Not even really knowing like what it is or what I was doing. I was just saying stuff to like take the heat off of me, and that caused even more heat. So I probably like messed up somewhere in there. Um, but like young and being around family. So like one thing I would say, like, and again, this is nothing against my family. I love them dearly, all of them. I don't think they really knew. They really knew what my mom, their sister, their cousin, or whatever the case may be, however they're related, what it like meant to be like, oh yeah, my child has this disorder or this disease or whatever, or this diagnosis. I said I didn't want to call it a disorder or a disease. This diagnosis. And so I think one thing is that like they didn't really know. So like when I would go around them, I would see them, and I remember a lot of things growing up. Like I tell a lot of people, like I remember seeing and like hearing a lot of things. But I would see them and they'll just stare and be like, hmm. And again, nothing against my family. I mean, as I've gotten older, I'm just like they're just curious. They're real deal curious. But again, like I didn't have the answers for them, and they weren't about to ask my mom, so they made assumptions. And it was just like, all right. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm just running around with my other little cousins and whatever else. But again, like they'll just look and be like, man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But again, I mean, I didn't. I didn't put it on them to know what to do either. I mean, I'm my mom's child. My mom knew what to do, so whatever. But again, that was just again a couple of the encounters. Like again, even with my little cousins, they'd be like, "Oh, what's that? What's this? Or why your feet shaped like that? Or why your chest broke out?" Or and this is as we were kids. It was just like again, we were kids. They didn't understand. I knew what was going on with me a little bit growing up, or just being told, "Hey, this is what it is. This is." this is who you're gonna be, and whatever else. And I'm just like, even then, it caused me to grow up and say like, it caused me to grow up and be like, they're not gonna know. At the age of 7 or 8, I'm just like, they're not gonna know if I explained it to them or if I wrote it down or imprint, like put it in their brain. Because again, it's just not. I think for people, not just like people close to you, but for people, if it's something that they're not necessarily going through, or they're not a medical trained doctor, they tend not to. It tends not to sit with them. Um, excuse me. It tends not to really sit with them, and so it's just like, yeah, yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Accept it. I'm your family. I'm your relatives. I'm different. Um, but again, nothing against them. Again, it's just a point of understanding. Um, and which leads me to like my saying before I started this podcast is this: bullying is a form of not understanding. So, like even when it comes to like bullying because someone's less fortunate than you don't understand the circumstances that they have at home, not to have the newest things or the good or the great things that you see other kids or you might have on or whatever else the case may be. So bullying is just a form of not understanding. So once you start to understand, stop doing what it is that makes you or classifies you or someone classifying you as a bully. But again, not that my family was bullied. I'm just saying they didn't understand. Some of them didn't understand. Um, and again, it's okay. My mom, she nurtured me. She made me know that it was important for one to go to the doctor's office. Um, Two, don't play around with chest pain. Which I mean, yeah. I'm now. It's not even like I'm an adult. Like now, I'm hard headed, and it's fine. I listen to my body. Like I said, I listen to my body. I go to all my checkups and stuff like that. Because I mean, again, I want to live a long and prosperous life. I want longevity. I want to be around. I want to be around. Um. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's it is what it is. It is what it is. So it's just like again, my mom nurtured me. She taught me. Uh, as I got older, I did have to like figure out what made me comfortable in my own skin, what type of clothes, shoes, hats, um, everything. Like if you're on camera, I mean, again, I had to find hats that would fit and stuff like that, and it was a thing. It was really a thing. The next point is I'm gonna talk a little bit on elementary school because I did plan an episode to like go through what it was like on each layer of school. Like again, from elementary to middle to high to college. Like honestly, from elementary to middle were the worst time of was like the worst time of my school life. I hated it. But we're gonna talk about elementary school because this is the early days episode. Elementary school, I would say that of course I wore stuff. They saw that I was skinny. They would call me names, and it was just like eh. But again, I would see that I was different, and it's just like I want to be normal. However, I knew that I was different, and and even when it came time to excuse me, my laptop keeps going off while I'm recording. But even like times where we would go out for like recess, I've noticed that I would get tired or like tired quicker than the other students. I was slower at running than the other students. Um, and I was just like, I can't for the life of me figure it out. Like, what's going on? Like, why? But those are little subtle things that I started to notice was different about me. Um, and even with all those things, and you know how kids are, they're mean, and it's just like it was harder for me to make friends because I was so different. And I think that's part of the reason I'm a little I am a little antisocial. I am a little introverted. I am a little more to myself. I am a little heavier on the clothes and stuff like that. I mean, again, I've been trying to break out of it. I've been trying to break out of it for the past couple of years since being out of school and like seeing myself like as this new person. It's like again, nobody knows me, so I'll go out and live life. But man, that thing is hard. It's hard. I would definitely say it's hard. Um, so yeah, I mean, again, these are just a couple of the ways where it's just like it's not even so much as like me thinking or discovering I'm different. People made me feel different. Like you're not like me. Your chest sticks out. You wear glasses and you're skinny, and like it even like you don't eat at home. Your parents don't feed you. I even had a teacher tell me that once. He was like, "Do you eat?" I was like, "I can see I'll never be in your class again." I couldn't take it after that day, and then I just that sucked. That honestly sucked. It really did. Other things like again, noticing I'm different. Like again, going to the beach. That was another thing. Taking off my shirt. Not too much as a kid. I didn't really think about it. I didn't really think about it too much as a kid. Just like taking my shirt off. Until like I think one year I went to Jamaica, and the kids out there, you again, everyone looks the same out there. Regular chest, regular feet, and just like they were just asking like, is his chest broke? Is his foot broke? Is his leg broke? Like everything, and it's just like, dang, y'all sure do know how to make somebody feel like an outcast. But I mean, again, it's all good. Again, they were kids at that time, but even then, when I go back now as an adult, they only see people that necessarily look like them and walk and talk like them. So it's just like when I go out there, it's just what's wrong? What's wrong with them? But now I'm grown. I've grown out my hair, and it's like okay, he's a little different. He's grown now. We'll see, like, watch how we approach him. Or like again, don't approach me at all. And that's for the most part, that's what it's been. And again, it's been mostly like children. For the past couple times I've been back to Jamaica, it's the children that ask the questions. But again, children are just curious. They're curious to know, why doesn't he look like what I've seen my whole life, which is fine. But again, that's what I've noticed. So, yeah. But I want to take a moment out and just applaud for growth. So, we are definitely applauding for growth. I think a lot of us just like want to be stuck in like sort of like a hole forever, but no, I mean, again, life doesn't work like that. So definitely, I applaud myself for growth, because I know I've came a long way. Like I said, finding what best suits me, what best suits me. Literally, like it goes down to my suit, to my jeans, to my khakis, cargo, shoes. Like I wear, again, if I think it looks right, it looks right. If it doesn't, according to my body shape and body type, I don't wear it. So yeah, it's just. But now, and I want to hop back. Like when I go to the beach, I think I'm still like, if not even more conscious of like what's going on. When I go to the beach, I'm just like, oh man, like, do I take my shirt off or do I leave it on? Do I wear swim shoes? Do I walk on the beach? And those are like hard decisions I have to make, and it's just like, and it's just crazy. And it's just like, now I'm just like, I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable doing all this stuff, because it's just like, for one, my feet hurt if I walk on like some hard gravel, and then two, I'm just like, everybody gonna be looking at you questions. I don't like to look. And people be like, so you don't know them? Like, nah, man. To me, it's just not that simple. I do try to make life very simple, and when I do go places and stuff like that, but to me, it's just not that simple. But as of today, like, I would definitely take off my shirt going to the beach. I mean, again, I'm not as skinny as I was as a child. I weigh. You can see the weight on me. For a person that does have Marfans, people have approached me and like, man, for you to have Marfans, you look pretty fit. And that's another episode. But yes, I do occasionally go to the gym and try to keep the muscle or the weight that I am retaining. Quick side note is this, again, like, I'm 215. It took me a long time to reach 100 pounds. It took me a long time to reach 125. It took me a long time to reach 150. I think in college I was 150 to 180. Like, I entered college at 150 pounds. Like, I probably light as a feather. And I ended college probably like at 180, 190. And then I think the first year that I moved to Texas, I finally hit the 200 mark, and that was probably one of the best days of my life. And I was like, man, this is great. I'm never going back. And I think the heaviest I've ever reached was like 220, 225, and that's been in the more recent times. But I think the heaviest I ever got was 225, standing at 6'3" with Marfan. And again, I don't see a lot of people like with my brothers. They're not even touching the 200 mark. So I consider myself actually blessed. But yeah. Like I said, going to the beach, and then another thing that I have to say, like again, me noticing that I'm different is like body parts. And I've never really showcased this, so this is actually be a first time if I decide to post this video and stuff like that. But let me take it back. One thing is like my knees. If you guys go on my Instagram page, it's just like I've noticed that my knees were not like everyone else's. Like, or again, Marfan syndrome also affects the connective tissue in your body, so your body does not grow the same as if someone with that does not have a connective tissue diagnosis. Um, so my kneecap is not in the center of my knee, like we're supposed to be. It's where it needs to be, but it's not where it's supposed to be, if you get what I'm saying. So it's like when I'm sitting down and I have my knee bent, my kneecap sits on like the top of like my thigh instead of where it needs to be in the center, and just cap off my knee, but it's supposed to be a kneecap, right? Um, so it doesn't do that, unfortunately. However, then I started to notice, I'm just like, man, then that started to affect me wearing shorts, because people are just like, oh my gosh, you got apples for knees and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, some people gonna laugh at this or whatever, but it's all good. I'm over it. I wear shorts every now and then now. I mean, again, I step out when I need to, but I wear my shorts with Crocs, so whatever. Uh, but like, yeah, people would be approaching me like, man, what's wrong with your knees? Why your knees look like that? And like high school, that was a thing. I can't wait to discuss that episode. That episode might jump the line and be next. Um, 'Cause got a lot of stuff to say about just going through school and whatever else. But yeah, like my knees. So I discovered those are different, and that sucked. And then like my hand. So again, my hand is big. If you can see it, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. But for this hand, if I don't even know if like some of my family even noticed, for this hand, it does not stretch out all the way. And y'all don't know how much courage it's taking me to necessarily put this on camera and show people. This is something I've been trying to hide like my whole life. But again, people notice it, people point it out and stuff like that. People try to make fun of it, like I said, in school and stuff. But it's all good. It's all good. I've coped with it. I've made life work with it, and I tried not to make it like hinder me. But so I remember there was a day, I think it was either junior year or senior year of high school. I finally decided to show my mom, and I don't know if she knew or whatever else the case may be. And I finally decided to show my mom, and I was like, "Mom, my hand does not stretch all the way out, but unless I force it." And she's like, "Oh, snap! Like why?" I was like, "I don't know. Let's go to the doctor and find out." So I don't know. He probably just made up a term. And if there's any doctors out there watching this or listening to me, reach out to me. If you can make this thing stretch out on its own with the power of my mind, I'm with it. Um, However, I showed it to her, so we went to a hand doctor. Of course, a lot of doctors are they know about Marfan's and how it affects the tissue and stuff like that. However, he said, "Oh, you have a case of what they call boxer knuckle." So basically, to where you punch so hard, you keep punching. Sorry if you guys can hear that echo or whatnot. Like you punch so hard, and what happens is I want to say filaments or the joint in your hand. So basically, let's use this one. You have, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you have those little lines. So apparently there's a center line on your knuckle to align those joints so you're able to pull your hand. You're able to pull your hand and open it in and out, in and out, in and out. So mine don't align on my right hand. It sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I can't really dap any. I don't go for dap. If anybody ever saw me, noticed me, or anything like that, I never dap somebody up first. I never. I wait for somebody to hold their hand out, then I dap them up real quick and I put my hand down. Again, that's a quick little insight on me. I never dap anybody up first. When I shake somebody's hand, whether it's for an interview or something, I try my best to hold my hand straight. Again, it's been difficult. So that's just like one thing that I noticed that was always different. And so, like I said, I went to the doctor. They said boxer knuckle. They were like, we can operate on it. However, we don't know if it's gonna do what it needs to do. Like again, we can splint it back in the knuckles and stuff like that, or yeah, splint it back in the center of the knuckles and stuff like that. But it's just like there's no guarantee that you will be able to do what you can with your left hand. And I think honestly, looking back at it now, I was like, I ain't had nothing to lose. I should have just went for it, to be honest. However, 2 years ago, I actually broke this hand. Broke two joints in here by, of course, punching a wall. I think I punched the stud or whatever the case. I punched it really hard. And I think the next day my hand was like as swollen as an orange. But I punched the wall, and that caused a lot of damage. And then I think a couple months after that, I was lifting up like a case of water. It had like 40 bottles of water in this case, so it's like 40 pounds of just water. And I think I got my finger caught in the plastic while I was dropping it down, and it basically like pulled my finger like out of place. I think it was one of the broken ones. So I was like, man, I'm really damaging this damaged hand at this point. Um, However, I, I've learned to just cope with it. Like I said, a pound, I'll give you a pound. If you reach out for that, I'll give you that. Um, but yeah, well, cat's out the bag, secrets out. That's just a little bit about what I've been going through. Because again, coming up, you dap somebody up, you give them a double high five. Never done double high five in my life. Never. I don't plan on it. Don't dream on it. Anything. I've never done a double high five a day in my life. Um, uh, Even like the ladies that I've been with, and then we try to like secret handshakes and whatnot. I hate making people secret handshakes. It's not even that I hate it. Like I'll do it because I love them. Like and I'll do the secret handshake. But I'm doing it with my left hand. We could secret handshake it out, have our own thing as long as it's with the left hand. But they say don't shake with your left hand and sign of distrust. Oh well. Oh well. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know if this was my hand was always like that. Um, I do have a story or a theory on why it actually turned like that, but I don't want to place the blame on anybody. However, I'm gonna tell it anyway. So I think, like again, you have your older siblings and stuff like that. I love my brother, man. I love him. I love him. I love him. However, he would uh, like again, the thing you come through and squish somebody's hand. He would like come through and squish my hand. I'm just like, dude, that crap hurt. That crap hurt, man. However, again, I don't know if that was the cause, so I can't really blame him. But if it played a factor, dang, bro, you messed me up. Still love you though. But yeah, I think that might have played a part, but again, I don't remember. I just remember like this one story that my mom was saying. Like when I was younger, I would always hold my hands like very close, like I had a tight grip. And then she said one day she came home from work and my hands just opened up. I don't know if it was both hands or just one, but like both hands opened up. And now talking about it, I think I might actually still like try to go ahead and do it. So I'm just like I can see the misalignment on the knuckles. So I think like if you splint it and put it where it needs to be, and a couple sessions of physical therapy, why wouldn't it be able to open? So we'll see. But other than that, when it comes to my hands, I'm able to crack my knuckles, except for this first one right here on my right hand. I haven't cracked that one in years, so I'm afraid to do it now. but all nine are definitely crackable. Um, and then of course, last but not least, just being skinny. Um, I'm skinny. I'm my way to what's the name, but I'm skinny. My frame is small. Forgive me. I got to stay close to the mic. This is my first mic. Like I said, you guys are working with me. This is my first mic. However, and I plan on replacing it real soon. But my frame, my arms, my legs, uh, that's just I'm not gonna say I'm a small individual, but I'm a skinny individual. Um, and again, I would like to weigh more, but I don't want to just weigh more to weigh more. I want to weigh more and look bigger in the places that I want to look. However, it's not designed that way, and I'm okay with that. Um, I'm clearly okay with that. As I look out the window, this is going to be the lab for a couple sessions until I'm able to get the mic and the camera and the little area over there situated, and we're gonna switch areas when we're recording. But yeah, like I said, I'm okay with that. I think again, just being skinny was like the first thing that you see, like fair kids, bigger kids, kids that were still skinnier but bigger than me and stuff like that. It was like, man, I don't fit the bill. Like I'm not the ideal, I guess, person. Again, that's just not necessarily how I felt, but how people would make me feel. So again, all in all, it was just like, yeah, I'm pretty much different. Um, but yeah, I think just those things was just like really highlighted. Like, oh yeah, this is a different guy. He's different. This is a different. This is someone's child, but they're different. And I don't know, it's just that's just something that I had to deal with. Is just um, being different, and just having a different upbringing from the rest of my, I guess they call them peers. Just having a different upbringing than the rest of my peers. But yeah, man, that's all I have to say for today. Again, be blessed, be prosperous, live long and prosper. I think that's what Spock, oop, don't kill me. Spock from Star Trek used to say, "Live long and prosper." And then when I discovered I could do that, my life changed. I started doing all types of stuff, whatever else. But I just wanted to come to you guys and just share like that experience and just like what it felt like to know that I'm different and I'm okay with it. Um, and I'm still becoming to be okay with being what's the word? I was been wanting to use this word all day. Uh, physiologically different. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I've accepted it. I'm still accepting it. And like I said, I'm 28. It's still gonna take some time. Um, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm fine. I'm good. Like I said, health is great, and everything above that. So again, another round of applause for me and everybody else. Like I said, we still working with the soundboard and stuff like that. It's actually doing pretty well with the recording and the voice recording and the video recording. However, again, Eli, soon to be formerly known as the Marfan homie. I will be posting this video. Will be the first video posted on the Marfan Homie YouTube channel. So again, go ahead and check that out. I'll be dropping links inside of the podcast descriptions and the YouTube descriptions. And yes, I do ask that you do subscribe, do ask questions, do interact. I mean, again, interact with me. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to know, just interact, and if I can answer it, I can answer it. 99% of the time, I'm going to answer that question, whether it has to do something to do with me, how I felt, how I feel. Ask me. So again, I'll even ask a question, and I'll but once you guys respond, Leave a review if you liked today's episode. Leave a review if you didn't. Leave a good review still. But yes, like I said, I'll be posting this video. I'll be posting this podcast. Like I said, this is episode 2, and this is only the beginning. So again, this Eli, the Marfan homie, signing out.